What's up, everyone? Adrian Morrison here, and I want to welcome you to the Profit Power Hour. Get my camera on here. So what's up? I'm so excited to have you here. We have a great training underway today or tonight, depending on where you are in the world. So everybody's piling on right now, and if you're new, I kind of take this time to just say what's up, greet everybody, do some like general housekeeping, if you will, for our new members, because it takes a while for GoToWebinar sometimes for people to, get connected, log on, for it to load up. We've been doing these webinars since 2014, and we do them every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, and it's a great way for us to connect. You get to know a little bit about me to look at your feedback and the question and answers box. I do that after the webinar. I don't really actively read it as I'm focused on what I'm teaching. And yeah, it's just a great way to keep everybody motivated and educated and ahead of the curve, if you will. So everybody's piling in now. I am still in my workout clothes. It's been a very long day. Many of you probably know about it. Early this morning, I woke up to just a disaster. Okay, and a lot of servers went down that are, our sites, our funnels, our softwares run on, and it was like a catastrophe. So I spent the better part of my day kind of putting out fires. And earlier today, I posted on my Instagram, a little message about it. And yeah, I finally got to the point like right now where I can do this webinar and take a break from the chaos. But, many of you have built free stores using our store build software and AI, which is epic. Today, that was completely down. And so we had an immense amount of new users that were clicking on our videos through YouTube and Instagram and everywhere. I'm trying to build their store, and they would, opt in and create their account, and it would just error. So we had an abundance of really pissed off people because when there's an error or a glitch or a server issue, um, there are a lot of people that get really, ticked off, and they approach it and they email us and they yell at us, they cuss at us, um, so on and so forth. And so we try to professionally mitigate that. And I will say that doing what I do, you have to have thick skin, because there are a lot of entitled people out there that, just think that they deserve everything. And even when you're trying to do something cool and do it for free, um, it's like not enough. Or if there's a mistake, they act like they paid you millions of dollars for something that's free. And it's even kind of like that with e-commerce too sometimes. I'm gonna take my watch off because it keeps buzzing and it's distracting me. But like you do some cheap promotions and people like act like they paid you a gazillion dollars for something that was like $9. So how it is, but it is frustrating from time to time. But we're all back now, and if you do want to use our free store builder, it is up and it is running. The servers are back online. You can go to profitph.com/free store and you can get a free store built. Essentially what it does is it'll take a fresh store and it will install a theme on it, set up all the settings. It'll set up all of your collections by category and niche. It will install 20 products on your store that have been validated to be trending right now. We always are updating those, and it'll just get you going, right? Because look, it is, I mean, I can't believe it, but we are about to go into September. Like, we're days away from September, the 9th month of the year. And it's like, where did the year go? Like, where did it go? Like, I feel like I woke up and I blinked and we're already going to go into Q4. So when it comes to Q4, when you start rolling into October, November, December, you hit that holiday peak sales season. And I think I talked about this last week. A lot of people just run e-commerce stores during the holidays. Like they will open up a store and run it just for the holiday season, build a big list, and they'll play with their email list for the rest of the year. And it's brilliant. It's a smart strategy. There's those that want to do like a side hustle and those that want to build an empire. So there's different strategies for both wants or desires. Now that said, our store will have you Black Friday ready. All right. So that way you don't miss out on this year. It's kind of like every year I talk about Black Friday, Cyber Monday, holiday sales rush. And I got all of these newbies that get on my webinar trainings and they're like, I store is still not built. I still don't have products. I still don't have my settings set up. I'm still paralyzed. I'm still stuck. Well, you don't have to be stuck anymore. If you go through profitph.com/free store, it really is free. There are upgrade options, like you could upgrade to a premium theme, or Shopify apps are offered in there, but it's completely free to go through it and build a store. You will be ready and there will be no excuse, right? There will be no obstacle in your way other than just simply getting started with the store. And below are our recommended vendors. So Pillow Profits, Shine On, which we talked about, I believe, last week, Zendrop, CJ Dropshipping. So these are all like worldwide vendors that you can use and benefit from that we recommend. There are other vendors out there that I'm sure are great. These are the ones that we use and the ones that we recommend. I don't take like paid promotions from vendors and apps that are like, hey, Adrian, we know you have a large following in e-commerce. Can we pay you or give you some free stuff to promote our app? Like, I don't do that. I only promote the stuff that I use that I know works. I don't need the money that these people are trying to pay me to promote their stuff that I'm not even sure works. And to be honest, I think anybody that's promoting something that they're unsure that they don't actually use themselves, I feel like that's kind of sketchy unless they say up front, hey, I don't use this, but I reviewed it and it looks good and it looks cool. But otherwise, like, don't finesse it. Don't make it look like you're using something you're not. And that's why I don't promote, other things. I show you what I use. It's that simple. Okay. Everybody should kind of be piled on now. We've discussed kind of like what our welcome screen is, the chaotic day that has run into the night that I've had. I haven't even seen my son today, but once I saw him for like 4 minutes, and that hurts like every day because he's changing so much. He's about to be 9 months old. Um, it's like crazy that I have all the success that I have, enough money really to do whatever I want, um, and the ability to have all this time freedom. And then, some days I get to the end of the day and I'm like, my God, like I've just like I'm strung out. I haven't seen, my son, my wife. Um, so I'm trying to balance that more this year because I do get obsessed with work, especially if servers are down and stuff. Like I understand that so many people count on me. That's a heavy weight on my shoulders that I wake up to every day. So that said, welcome. And if you're new, make sure that you log into our members area at accessadrian.com. So this was a members area that you all have. It's free. And in here, you'll find your Profit Power Hour members area under My Courses and Software. It's right here at the star, Profit Power Hour. If you click on that, it's going to open up a free members area with, with all of our replays. So these are all trainings I do every single week. And as a matter of fact, you can go all the way back, and some of these are still relevant. That's why we have them up to 2016. The 2014, 2015, we archived. But like you can see, I'm not some like pop-up guru hopping on a trend. I've been doing this for a very long time and teaching it for a very long time. And last week's replay You'll see a little bit about our ecom mastermind and the things that we revealed within that mastermind with a small group of people that were in our offices in Mississippi. So that's really cool. Now, what are we going to do tonight? Well, last week we were talking about viral products that could crush during the holiday season and Black Friday, Cyber Monday, where like just an immense amount of money is made in e-commerce. But this week, what I want to do is I want to show you a specific viral product that has home run potential right now and for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Okay. I've talked about it before, but not anytime, of recent. And, when I get on here every week and I teach you how to product hunt, I teach you how to snipe out products, and I teach you how to fish, because it's like, if I give you one single product every week that you should test, you go test it, and within 2 days, if something's going to work or not. 2 to 3 days maximum. Like, if a product is going to be a hitter or not if you're running ads. If it's not working for 3 days and you don't see potential, then you should kill it. So if I just come on here every week and I give you a specific product, then, there's like 3 to 4 days out of the week where you're just waiting for the next webinar. You're wasting time. We are already, man, 3/4 through the year. Are you where you want to be? Ask yourself that question. Are you where you want to be? When you woke up on January 1st this year and you said, by the end of this year, I want to be right here. Are you anywhere near that goal? You can't be if you sit around for days every week and you don't know what to do, right? And so I want to enable you. I want to prop you up, and I want to push you, and I want to hand you the fishing pole. I want to hand you, the bait. I want to show you how to cast it. I want to show you how to hook the fish, and I want to show you how to reel it in, so you can eat whenever you want. All right. But this week, I'm just going to show you a product, because so many of you in here have said, Adrian, can you just tell me a specific product? Can you just give us an example of something that works? So I like to show you how to fish, but this week, I'm just going to, show you a fish that I already caught. And I'm going to show you exactly how I caught it and what's so great about it. But I could say this, like, I'm not where I wanted to be. I'm like, holy crap. I have a lot of stuff I need to do before the end of the year if I want to accomplish the goals that I set for myself. Even I fell behind, right? So not hating on anybody, but I wake up and I say, am I where I want to be? And the answer typically is no, I'm not where I thought I would be at this point in the year. So I got to fricking grind. I can't let anything get in my way. I've got to get started. I can't sit around for days and do nothing, right? I've got to be working if I want to hit these big goals. So tonight, hopefully this can help you, give you a little boost. Now, what I'm going to show you, I just want to disclaim this. It worked for me. It's something that we still sell. It's something that sells every year, and it's about to be trending again right now. We're about to start paddling before the wave forms, and it's not guaranteed to work for you. As a matter of fact, there will be many of you that test this product and it does not work. Okay. Now, why is that? Honestly, I don't know. Like, there's tons of people that they run the same product, and it works for some and it works for others. Different people are seeing your ads. Sorry, I have something in my eye, of course. So that said, I want to preface this with, I'm not saying if you do this, you're going to make a bunch of money or even one sale. I'm just going to show you something, and you can test it yourself, or you can use it as an example for how my brain works and how I run and test products. Fair enough? Yes, just say yes in the chat box or the question and answer box. Okay, dang, look at this tan line. Sheesh, it's from those 2-mile walks every day. And yeah, tonight I really need this. I know it's not good for me, but Oh my God, I need it. I need it really bad. All right, let's get to it. All right, so my eye is so red. I'm really sorry. Like we're live right now, so I can't just like stop this and get this out of my eye. All right. A couple of pointers, a couple of notes. All right. So what I want to do is I want to prepare you for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Duh. We've been talking about that. However, like there are some notes that I want you to understand for like the why on, what I'm going to show you works. Okay. So I'm gonna pull up my nifty white pad. Okay. So I have our white pad up here and da 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 da. Now there's a little gnat flying in my face. I'm very candid on these webinars, so if you're new, like I say like whatever's on my mind. It's annoying to some people. It's not annoying to others. The webinars are free, so I don't care. Like I'm just gonna just get on here, chill, and teach you. All right. So when we're talking about the holiday sales rush, let me get this zoomed in. I like to be at 120. All right, so when we're talking about the holiday sales rush, AKA, this is also called Black Friday, Cyber Monday. In this space, if you see this BFCM, just understand that this is Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Okay, and we're talking about the holiday sales rush. One thing to note is that many people, sorry about my handwriting here, it's being very, very weird, the iPad is. One thing to note is that people will be impulse purchasing. Another thing about this, like impulse purchasing is phenomenal. Like it's when you like are not really looking for something, but you see it pop up or you walk past it and you're like, oh my God. Like imagine walking down the street and you walk by a dress shop or a shoe shop, and in the window you see a pair of red shoes and you just have to have them. Like you just stop what you're doing, you walk in the store, I'm getting these freaking shoes, right? Or this jacket or this dress or this bag or this wallet, whatever. Okay. That's an impulse purchase. In the typical impulsive purchase, there's like little to no thought prior to the purchase. It's just see it, buy it, gotta have it, right? But there isn't urgency to impulse purchasing. Most people that impulse purchase, they know that they could come back later. So some people that would have impulsively purchased will not because they think, I can get it later. But the thing about the holiday sales rush is that with the impulse purchasing, you also get this beautiful thing called urgency. Handwriting's jacked. Okay, so you get this thing called urgency. And urgency just so happens to significantly increase conversion rates. And typically, that means that your profit also gets increased. Now, what is urgency? Urgency is the need, the feeling of the need to buy right now for a specific reason. It could be because time is running out and there's a birthday, or a holiday, Valentine's Day, an anniversary, um, before it sells out. Like there's a lot of different ways to play on urgency. Well, with the holiday sales rush, urgency, kind of gives us a double whammy, because we know that with Black Friday, Cyber Monday, there's urgency because of the discounts, but there's also urgency because people have a big list, a big gift list. So the urgency plays double, like it's really urgency times two. All right. Urgency times two, because it's not only urgency in regards to time, but it's urgency in regards to the discount that you're going to get. So this can significantly increase your conversion rates. That's the people that click and buy, and thus your profits, right? So this product is great for impulse purchasing. And I'll be showing it to you here in just a second. And you got to remember, people have um, let's just do their shopping list. Well, one thing that people want to do with their shopping list always is save, right? They want to save money. And then they also have a list, which is the reason they want to save money. Um, so they got, like, mom and dad got to have gifts. Your siblings need to have gifts. Your friends need to have gifts. And then your coworkers and bosses typically need to have gifts. So there is urgency to get gifts for everybody, and there's also urgency to save money. All right. And just simply to check off the list. Okay, got mom and dad, got my brother and my sister, got my three best friends, and got my coworkers. Like, it's like, let me get this done. A lot of people, they open up their computer and they say, okay, let me do it all right now. I want to get the whole thing taken care of, but I want to save some money too. So I want to do it right here, right now, when I know we have good deals happening. And that's when Black Friday, Cyber Monday kind of kicks in. Does that make sense? Yes. All right. So we have urgency times two, because time is running out, and people need to get it done, and then people want to save money, and they know that during Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and some different times in between, there are holiday sales. So that's why this urgency pops off. Now, things that are going to work really, really well in this particular product, will be a prime example, are things that are generic and low ticket. And, well, you know what? Let's make this list a little bit different. All right, so a generic product works really well because it will appeal to the masses. All right, AKA most everyone. All right. So a generic product that isn't like too unique is going to work the best, in my opinion, just from my experience. The other thing is it needs to be low ticket. All right. So low ticket. And I generally say low ticket would be less than $30. All right. Why does it need to be less than 30 bucks? Well, let me play with my highlights here real quick. All right, impulse purchasing. We got, that needs to be a generic product, so it appeals to the masses, all right? And we got that it needs to be low ticket. Now, low ticket means less than 50, or I'm sorry, less than $30, all right? So less than $30, all right? Is everybody with me on this? Generic that appeals to a lot of people and is less than 30 bucks. Now, why does it need to be less than $30? Because the people that are shopping are trying to save money. Hello, they are trying to save money because they have to buy stuff for everyone, okay? Oh my God. And people are typically on budgets. So they're buying 1, 2, 3, 4, let's say 5, 6, 7, maybe 13, 14, 15 gifts at 30 bucks a gift. That is a lot of money for the average person just to blow in a day on stuff for other people. So, you know, if you have stuff that is less than $30, then you're able to increase the likelihood of the average person, the masses, buying the product that you are selling, and also because it appeals to the masses. So it's a product that appeals to the masses. It's a price that appeals to the masses, and it is has double urgency on it. And another great thing about the product is it could be something that people buy 2, 3, 4, 5 of, because you know they're buying one for Susan, one for Danny, one for Stacy, so on and so forth. Okay, so these are the 3 important things to notate: impulse purchasing, having a generic product, and something that is low ticket so it appeals to the masses, right? Now, what product am I going to show you that works really well? Okay, let's have some fun. All right, so the product, I'm just going to pop over here to Zendrop real fast, which is one of my favorite suppliers. It is the LED dog collar, okay? And you get these for like 81 cents, as you can see. Now, I've sold over, I don't know, must be 60, 70,000 of these. Anywhere from between $10 to 16 bucks, I think, just depending. And so, these are cheap out the door. You like out the door, you could have these sold for like 6, 7 bucks out the door. And I know that many of you have probably seen this before, but I want to show you that it works. Like every year, this is a product that works. And if you prepare in advance and you set up, this is a type of product that can crush. So let's talk about why somebody would impulsively purchase this. All right, well, it's cool. It's very cool. They would impulsively purchase it because it is unique, like it's different, it's cool. It also has a lot of great safety features in that it enhances the visibility of your pet. Why does it work so well in the fall? Well, people walk their dogs in the evening. Yes, right? Yeah. And fall comes, winter comes, time sets back, right? And it starts to get dark earlier. Yes, right? So a lot of people that in the summertime are walking their pets at 7 o'clock with it bright and sunny outside are about to transition into walking their pets at 7 o'clock while it is dark outside. And so when that happens, people start searching for products like this that make it more visible for them to safely walk their pets if they want to let them run or like run outside in the neighborhood, whatever it may be. Or maybe you got some land you let them run on, whatever it is, it gets dark earlier. So the necessity for a product like this has more demand during that period of time. Plus, it just makes a really cool gift. Like people love their dogs. People have multiple dogs, and therefore, grandma might see this, but oh my God, my grandkid or my son or my daughter would love this. They have 3 dogs. I'm gonna get the red, the green, and the blue, so they can identify which dog is which in the dark if they stray away too far, right? Also, there are benefits in regards to safety. So if your dog is running and a car is coming down the road, it's more likely to see that LED light and hit the brakes if if your pet runs into the street. All right, now, how do I know that this, is about to pop off again? Well, I've sold an immense amount of these, number one. Number two is just like the data is going to show us that they're about to pop off again. I'm just going to type in Google Trends LED dog collar, okay? And we're going to look at data like over the last, like looking at 12 months in this particular case isn't going to be helpful for us, because what we're looking for is a seasonal yearly trend. And in 12 months, I'm going to miss these annual trends. 90 days, I'm going to miss an annual trend. So if I look at 90 days worth of data, it's just going to look like, this isn't a popular product. And this is a mistake a lot of people make. They say, oh, I want the most recent data. Well, we're not trying to hit something that's already smashing right now. If it's smashing right now, you done missed out. Sorry. We're trying to catch the wave before it forms. We're going to paddle before that wave forms, and we're going to catch the wave and ride it. Okay. So even if you look at 12 months, the data is going to look kind of funky. It's really hard to tell what's going on here. It's up and it's down, it's up and it's down. But if we go back to the last 5 years, okay, from 2018, all right, I was actually selling this collar big time in this 2018 era when it had even less popularity. Now that people know about these, right? They're more like people know about glow in the dark LED dog collars. LED lights are more popular now than I think they've ever been. Just in general, like me, I've got lights in the back of my office here and in Mississippi. But if we look at the trends here, all right, we see in 2020, when did it peak? November through December. The rise started right here. You can see my mouse in October. That's where it really started to rise. And there was a little bit of a pop off in August, like a little bit of a pop in August. But it really rose over that 50 threshold. And you see the big spike happening, October, November, December. And then it crashes back down in February. All right, so what does this tell us? One, it tells us that people are buying these because it's getting darker, earlier. So you're going to have a little bit more demand for it. And then mostly, I think what we're seeing here is that people are buying these as holiday gifts. All right. Now, if we come over here to 2021, same thing happens. It starts to rise in September, spikes November through December. You'll see the spike. November through December. Okay. And so what's going to happen, and then this is 2023 data right here. So you'll see in the last 5 years, it spikes up, then down, and then we're probably on another up. Now, this is just search volume. All right. This is just people that have typed in LED dog collar. If we just type in dog collar, you're going to see that it just is always really high, right? I mean, now I can look at the last 12 months and you'll just see it's like there's people always searching for dog collars. But the LED ones really seem to pop off in the fall and the winter when it gets darker earlier and obviously they make really great gifts. And there's things we could do here, like the glow dog collar, and you'll see that, you know, different key terms kind of will give you different results. Like obviously people spend more time saying LED dog collar, whatever. Okay, now let's go over um, to TikTok, because we always try to see if they're good videos on TikTok. Is this something that could trend on TikTok? All right, so let's type in LED dog collar, and we'll see this video with 13,000 views. This one, 8,000, 593,000. Look at this one, 593,000 views on this one right here. People seem to like these. You know, then you got some smaller videos, 11,000, 15,000 views, 14,000. So one of our things like we look for, and it doesn't always have to be hitting it on TikTok, but if we can see that there are videos of influencers or people promoting these on TikTok, that's a good sign. And it's a good sign if they're getting like 10,000 plus views, 13,000 views. We had one with 500,000 views, 23,000, 35,000. And this isn't organizing by views. Like there's a lot of videos. So some of these have less, some of these are going to have more views. We just got to, like these right here, these aren't LED ones, but they got 390,000 views. So people are into dog collars, all right? And we could just go over here to videos, and it would show us probably some different videos in some cases. So we can see that on TikTok, it does in fact have traction and a couple of bigger videos. All right. I mean, this video for this harness has 2.6 million views. I mean, it's wild, right? So we can see that there is a use case for this. You can get this product off of Zendrop, and you can sell these for like easily under $30. Like you could sell these for like $12.95 to $15. Now you're gonna pay 81 cents for the product from Zendrop and $5 for shipping. So, and the time of shipping is only 12 days. So that's the average shipping time. So it's $5.88 out of the door. Now, how did I sell an immense amount of these? Well, I utilized a strategy called, get the focus back. I used a strategy that is called free plus shipping. I used one called $5 flash sale, and then I just sold them for pretty cheap. I think actually I sold them for $16 per dog collar. And people would come in and they would buy 2 or 3 of them, so they'd spend 45 bucks. And I've like, you see that the wave is forming. We're about to be at peak season for these to be in very high demand. And you've seen that dog collars in general are always in high demand. So this is a impulsively purchased product that we will have the benefit of urgency to sell. It's generic, so it appeals to the masses. Think about how many people have dogs or multiple dogs, and it is low ticket, so it is a very affordable gift. And it's convenient because like so many people have dogs. Grandma might buy the whole family's pets these LED dog collars as a fun gift because the whole family has pets. But when it comes to free plus shipping, all right, there's no word in marketing more powerful than free. All right. Free is the most powerful word in the world. Many of you are on this webinar right now because you could not resist the word free when you saw our advertisement for a free built Shopify store for you. So we build it for free. You wouldn't have done this if you weren't going to have the store built for you for free, right? If you had to buy a course or pay for the store build, all this, that, you would have skipped it. So you impulsively said, let me give this a go because it sounds epic, it's free, and it can happen quickly because our software did it fast. You know, if you're slow, it could take you 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes tops. So free is a very powerful word. That said, the reason that I chose to offer it for free and charge for shipping, handling, and insurance was I wanted volume in sales. Now, that's not to say that you can't just sell this retail at 15, 16 bucks and get a great amount of sales. It depends on what your model is. I don't have all the time in the world tonight to go into like what the benefits of each model is, but if you're selling it for $15 out of the gate, you're going to get less purchase. Well, let me just write this down. It makes more sense to write it down on my notepad. Okay. So back up here, 120. I have this thing about it being one. Well, let me. Hold on. Here we go. There we go. All right. So if we sell the dog collar at a retail price, all right, of let's just say 15 bucks. All right. We're going to get more upfront profit because we're selling it for a higher price point, okay? But we're going to have less sales volume because the more expensive something is, right, the smaller amount of people will respond and buy it. So you have less sales volume, but more profit. Now that sounds great, right? Like less orders, more profit. Sounds phenomenal. But if you're not a forward-thinking entrepreneur that's thinking about the future, you know, you're not going to realize that you might be costing yourself. A lot of people think about right now. What can I have right now? I'm thinking about what can I have in a year? What can I do now that's going to enhance where I'm at a year from now, not where I'm at tomorrow? Because you're also going to have a smaller email list because less customers means less leads. Does that make sense? Less customers means less emails on your email list. So you have fewer long-term benefits. Now, doesn't mean that you shouldn't, right? Doesn't mean that you shouldn't do retail. Retail is a great way. It's, you know, I did it too, okay? But there's such a crazy sales rush of volume that happens during the holidays. I can't help but think of the email list that we could build if we take less money up front, get more customers that we can benefit from later. Because, you know, less up front means you're going to make, in the event that you're generating sales, you're going to make more money right here. But you're going to make less money right here in the long term from these sales. These sales long term will generate less money for you, okay? Because you'll be able to re-leverage those customers. Come on, camera. What are you doing? There we go. All right. Make sense? Now, if I sell it for less, like a $5 flash sale promo, or I give it away for free and I just pay shipping and handling, I'll tell you how that works if you're new to that. It is a slightly more advanced technique, so it might not work for you right now, but if we do the dog collar, and we do it for free plus shipping, and basically sell it at $9. Actually, I like to do free plus shipping at $10.97. It just works. A lot of people do free plus shipping, they'll say do $9.99. Let's look at what the difference would be. So up front, we're going to have less upfront profit. Okay, so one money sign right there, less upfront profit. But we're going to have massive sales volume. All right, now massive sales volume at a cheaper price point, you know, it is less profit. Okay, because it's going to cost you $6 out the door. So one way you're almost 3xing the amount of money, right? Because if you get it for 6 and sell it for 15, you know what I'm saying? It's almost 3x, like 2.5x or something. The other way, you're not even 2xing it. If it's $6 and you're only getting 11, you're not even getting, you know, 2x. Standard practice is to mark things up 3x. So why would I take less than 2x? Well, it's because of that massive sales volume potential, which will lead to a huge email list, okay? And tons of long-term benefits. All right, now what do I mean? Well, because of this massive sales volume that you're getting here, these things here have potential to create more money for you because you have more people, right? You have a larger group of people. I don't know what's going on with my camera. I'm gonna have to fix it later. Come on. You have a larger group of people that you are able to email, and the profit should go up. Profit potential should go up to your email list because you're not spending any money on ads. Does that make sense? So a product like this that's only $6 out the door, we can afford to do free plus shipping. Now, we know that we're going to make less upfront profit. As a matter of fact, we might not even make any profit at all. You might break even or lose like 10% or 20% on your ad spend. So I mean, if you spend $100, maybe you only make 80 back. Whereas the other way, you spend $100 and you're making, let's say, I don't know, I'm just making stuff up, $160. So you're making double the money and you're actually making a profit. So obviously the one that where you're making $60 profit over ad spend is for you more appealing. But to a forward-thinking entrepreneur who understands how to operate the back end, where the big money is typically made in businesses, a 20% or 10% loss on my ad spend is exciting. I'll do that all day long if I know that I can take that massive email list and promote big sales to it and literally just like squeeze immense amount of sales from it that end up making me 3-4x what I would have. Does that make sense? So it's all up to you and like where you're at. Some people can't really afford on the budget that they're on to eat a loss or break even. Some people can, right? The other thing is you could do both. You can do a free plus shipping, or you can do retail like simultaneously, or switch them out. And the way that this works is the product, for those of you that don't know what free plus shipping is, the product to consumer is $0. So when they hit your website, the product is listed at $0.00. All right. But the consumer pays for shipping. They can have the product for free, but they're not going to, they can have the product for free, but they're not necessarily going to just get it shipped to their house for free. What is going on? So this is going to be $10.97. Now, you might say, Adrian, it doesn't cost $10.97 to ship. Well, they're not just paying for shipping. They're paying for shipping, processing, and insurance. So they're paying for shipping, processing, and insurance. Kind of like the way that you do it is you kind of force those in the fee. You'll see things say shipping and handling. What is the handling? Shipping and processing. What is the processing? Well, it's a fee that you charge for like having to actually process the order. Somebody's got to process this order, get the tracking number, yada yada yada, pack it, ship it. All right, so we charge a processing fee, and insurance is included. It's built into our shipping and handling fees in this particular case, because if a product is lost by FedEx or whatever, our guarantee with our shipping and processing and insurance policy is that when you pay this price here, we're going to replace the item for free. A lot of people, they'll charge $5 to insure shipping. So we're just kind of building that in and saying, hey, this is built in here, and we will replace it. So, this fee here is what we were going to charge for shipping, processing, and insurance. And the product itself is $6, right? So you don't have a lot left over. It's not like the customer is getting a better deal here than they are when you're selling it for $15. Does that make sense? And it's more appealing to them. So this is a great way for you to get a lot of eyeballs, a lot of people interested. You want to be very clear that your customer is not just paying for shipping. There's also a processing fee and an insurance fee that is built in when they get a free item. That's why shipping and handling is a different price. For the free items, it's free, but you got to process it and you got to insure it. So customers love this. It gives them a great value. The way it's positioned is enticing. It increases urgency, and you really are giving them a better deal. But you're not going to make as much money up front. You're doing this as a free promotion to customers to give them a really good deal, so you get more customers, a bigger email list. And so with that dog collar, right, what you do is either way that you choose to promote this, you can do whatever you want. Not everybody likes free plus shipping. Some people don't like free plus shipping. But either way, you're dropping tons and tons and tons of customers and hopefully sales into your email list, okay? So you're funneling a lot of traffic to your email list either way. And all of these people that are funneling into our email list, all these people from both of these ways right here, okay? They're funneling down into our email list. What do they all have in common? Can anybody tell me what all of these people that are buying either way have in common? And by the way, free plus shipping, I'm not saying like, hey, this is how you should only sell your products. It's a great promotion strategy. Okay. It works in specific scenarios now. Obviously, all of these people have dogs. So what do you start to do? All right, throughout the year, and why is long-term more customers better? Well, what you do is you send out emails, email, 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 so on, so forth. Okay. And what do these emails do? These emails promote what? Dog products. Okay. And there are other dog products that people will buy. You know that they like dogs, and depending on what you're selling, price points, these emails could make you more or less money. And the thing is that this is infinity. Y'all know what the infinity symbol is? It's infinity. All right. As long as these emails on your list, you can email them, produce traffic, and hopefully sales. So that is why this is such a cool opportunity and strategy, whether you do a $5 flash sale promo, free, get it for free, just, cover the processing and the shipping, the $15 whatever, retail price, like all of this stuff, like it works right now. It might not be with this dog collar for you, but something else, right? That's cheap, that's less than $7 out the doors or $8 out the door, that people impulsively purchase, that's generic and appeals to a lot of people, that is low ticket, that will build you a huge email list so you can just pop off emails, right? I love email. It's free. Like I pay a hosting fee for the list like once a month to MailChimp. But other than that, like I just blast emails and generate traffic, customers, and sales, right? All right. So hope this makes sense to you. Sorry if my camera was getting blurry or the screen was being finicky. It has been a hell of a day. I'm telling you, it's pure chaos. And even like I don't even know what's on my phone right now. I've gotten like 50 text messages. So who knows what fire I'm about to have to put out. That's how it is. But look, at the end of the day, you got to get up, you got to stand up as straight as possible. And when life starts pushing you, you got to just push back. You got to push harder and you got to move forward. You can't let things sit you down. You have to stand up and you have to keep walking. That is what separates the winners from the losers. There's only one thing that separates the winners from the losers, and that is giving up. Defeat isn't losing, all right? It's learning. You can always get that rematch, but once you give up, you're toast. So let's get at this, all right? Be here next week, 9 p.m. EST on the Profit Power Hour. I love you all. Wish you all a ton of success. I'm gonna go see what all these texts are for. And go see my boy real quick. Give him a little kiss on the head because I know he's asleep. And yeah, let's get it this year, y'all. Let's get it. Don't let these next couple months pass you by and be in next year be like, what the hell happened? I haven't gotten any further than I wanted to be a year ago. So let's do it. All right. Good night, y'all.